welcome back, everybody. I just wanted to tell you guys about the greenhouse. So, this is the old greenhouse. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, so this is the old greenhouse, and I cleaned it out maybe about a month or so ago. And I always had intentions on buying a bigger greenhouse, but I didn't think that I would be able to do that until next year or, in spring sometime. But anyway, so I wasted time cleaning the greenhouse, and I got annoyed because I was like, there is just not enough space. And I said, okay, I just gave in and said, all right, let me go ahead and buy the bigger greenhouse. So I have the same exact one, the same exact model, it's just bigger. And I learned a lot from this one. Like a lot. And there are some things that I will do differently as I'm putting together the new one. If you look closely, you can see like there's tape here and there's tape there, and that's because there's some gaps. And not because I didn't put it together properly, but just simply because of how it's made, and there are small gaps and spaces where air gets in. So even though I kept this heated, I've had this greenhouse for, this is the third year. Even though I kept this heated in the winter and the spring, it wasn't enough for me to be able to do everything that I wanted to do, with this greenhouse being as small as it was, and with the little spaces that the air was coming through. Like even down here, even something as simple as like a little hole. And I realized that everything that I had on the ground, when it was cold outside, it would kind of die off. But everything that I had up on the shelves was perfectly fine. So and I realized that a lot of the cold air was coming in through the bottom. So I had to do a better job with the new greenhouse to make sure that it's insulated at the bottom, and I am going to use like a silicone sealant for those spaces. There's even, let me see, I had tape on the outside in the back also, because there's space between that panel and this panel where it connects, and there's a small space there that just didn't allow for the heat to, to just be trapped in the greenhouse. So, yeah, that's that. I'm getting rid of this one. Well, not getting rid of it. I'm going to put it somewhere else. And the new one is going to come out an extra 4 feet and give me the space that I need. So behind me is where I started to put the new greenhouse together. And that's going to be the back end of the greenhouse. And I'm excited. I'll be able to walk in without, when I walk in the small greenhouse, I turn around and I'm literally like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This one, I can walk in completely. I can go towards the back. I can go over here. I can go over here. So I'm excited to have more space. So I turn the camera around so you guys can get a better view of what it looks like so far. So I'm probably going to stop right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and move the old greenhouse out of the way so that I can move this structure over there and continue putting it together in its space, so that I won't have to, I mean, it's pretty lightweight, so even if I do finish putting it together over here, it'll be easy to move. But it's easier to move if I move it when it's like this. So but yeah, I'm putting it together myself. I put the other one together by myself. Most of the time that's just me not wanting to wait on Dwight to do it for me. And plus, he has work and he has his own other projects to do, so it just makes more sense time wise for me to do it by myself. So he said he will help, but I don't want to take him away from doing what he needs to do for himself. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue putting this together, and I'll take you along the journey and show you guys exactly what I'm doing different that I didn't do with the first one. So like I said, with the first greenhouse, when I went towards the back and I said that there was a gap between those two panels, this is what this is right here. This is the same exact thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some silicone sealant on the other side. Once I put those panels in, it's going to go down here and one is going to go here. And I'm going to seal it along the back right there. And also it's going to need to be sealed at the bottom as well, because air can get through behind there and over here in the corners. So I just want to make sure that I'm able to trap as much heat as I can as possible, because I have a whole table over here full of, well, I have this stuff. I'm using the kids' table right now. I have this stuff here that's going to go in the greenhouse, and I have peppers, I have eggplants, mostly peppers and eggplants, and I have about 2 tomato plants. This is a Castelluto tomato, and these will go in the greenhouse and they'll stay in these pots and they'll grow in the greenhouse for the fall. If I don't know if I want to keep the greenhouse heated throughout the winter, but most definitely the fall. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on the greenhouse build and the tips that I am going to share, just in case any of you decide that you want to get a greenhouse. By the way, it's a Palram greenhouse, just in case I don't think I mentioned that before, but yeah, Palram greenhouse. It's the hybrid, the silver hybrid. And yeah, so I'll take you guys on that journey with me, and see you next video.